Hello and welcome to today's edition of Entertainment in TVC Breakfast Saturday. Of course, we are here this morning to give you tidbits and, of course, talk to a celebrity on the developments in this sector, especially as we have one who has blazed the trail in the sector. She has achieved so much, but we'll bring her up very soon. But let's talk about the things that happened this week. Of course, I have my colleague here, my co-host here, Adebanke. How was the Emmys?
The Emmys it was good. It was good. But I loved the speech by Nisi.
Yeah.
It was so powerful. And I loved the part where she said, I would like to thank me. Because other people might believe in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, like, you're just kidding. So I love that. Oh, I would like to thank me, and with all the stars and everything. And then 4 black people won Emmys. Well, one category, two categories, then 2 groups. One was RuPaul with the drag queens, then Trevor Noah and his comedy show, then Nisi and Ayo Edebiri. Ayo Edebiri is she's a bit new to the scene, but I was glad that she's about 28 years old, and she already has an Emmy. I'm like, I was like, Back, what are you doing with your life? But I was like, my time will come, and all.
Well, she was 28 years old.
She is 28 years old, yeah.
Emmys, rather. But we have someone who blazed the trail in 2006.
Yes, we do.
Can you dance for 50, 56, 55?
I can't even dance for 30 minutes.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like when God was creating me, He did not put that banke take dance. He just put you can move around in your seat. But dance, He didn't put it in my body. I don't know why.
How many dance styles do you know?
Honestly, I was even going to ask her that maybe she can teach us a zone 2.
She
I still don't know how to dance a zone 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Dr. Kafayat Shafau, popularly known as Kaffy. Of course, she's a Nigerian dancer. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, so you started dance a long time ago, and I remember the story of how you used to say your family didn't want you to dance, and they sent you out of the house. But how was it? Why did you decide to choose dance amongst every other profession?
I'll say dance chose me, first of all. I'll say I'm a core believer of the fact that we're all here on this earth as a messenger of some sort, you know, and I felt that I had to grab onto that mantle of dance as a tool. So one of the things that actually propelled me to take dance up is the nature of the box that, I don't want to say Africa, but I'll say the world generally sometimes puts us in a box of being, of becoming. So it's like, this is what it is that we are defining success as. A child that goes to the university and emerges, is somebody only when he's seen as an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, and there's some certain status that is attached to certain career choices. But for me, I just felt like that's not the case. Why are you trying to tell me that the only value or the level or the measure of my value as a young woman or boy or girl is by these certain class of career option? Am I not valuable as who I am on whatever venture I decide to do? Can't I be valuable to my environment, to my family, to my friends, to myself? Can't I find validation as a worthy person? Until I'm a doctor, I'm not worthy? So those are the questions I had as a young person, because I go to school and I excel at everything that I do, whether it's match past or being a speaker or in academics. And I feel that self-validation of being. But when I come home, it's redefined. So I said, okay, so I'm going to prove, I believe so much in why am I here? Why am I here? And I asked that question when I was at a very young age. And I wanted to challenge the status quo. I wanted to challenge that and break that box and say, Daddy, Mommy, I can prove to you that I can dine among kings and queens. I can be that child you are proud of, regardless of what I do, because there's something in me that will blossom regardless of the career choice. So dance was a challenge. And it was a very big, mighty, scary challenge, because even the country that I live in does not even see value in dance. So I am taking something that nobody sees value in, and I'm using that as a weapon to prove value. It was really insane, but I'm here.
Okay, so over the years now, have we seen value in dance? Do we have people who take dance as a profession and have stuck with it to do every other thing, whether provide for family or buy whatever they need to buy and take care of themselves? Have we seen that as a value?
Yes, we have. And I'm a living proof of that, and I've been able to replicate that in many young people. And I've also seen other people who have been inspired by my journey who didn't have the voice or courage to say, oh, this thing, I want to make a business out of it. I've seen many dance companies have emerged, many dance practitioners, dance artistry, many forms of businesses have grown through, an ecosystem has grown through the art of dance. So, for instance, you have makeup artists, you have filmmakers, you have costumiers, you have stylists, you understand? You have dance medicine, you have dance sports, you understand? So there's an array of services that can be provided as a dancer that can sustain and generate income for you. So I have dancers that are mothers, fathers, do you understand right now, and taking care of their family and going to work related to the industry where the dance in them is required. Let's not forget, we are sometimes limiting dance to what you see in the music videos alone. Okay. And I think a lot of education and awareness has gone out there to even have the practitioners know that they can diversify in what they are doing. But the public needs to continue to be sensitized that dance is bigger than just the stage plays and the music videos that you see. It is used in the educational sector, it's used in the health sector, it's used in the fashion industry, it's used in the film industry, it's used in a variety of industry, advertising and promotion, marketing, and all of that. Dance is now a major voice to drive home goods and services globally. So what are we saying?
So let's talk about the dance business itself. What used to be and what currently are your frustrations with this line of work? Because we all know that every line of work has its good and its bad.
Yes, I think the major frustration for us is infrastructure and facility to develop the creative industry in general much more that we have right now. I think the government, corporate, or let me say the private sector, and the government and some organizations are sleeping on the idea of how powerful our creative industry is, and dance is one of the major forces in that in this industry. I'm really passionate about the development of the economic value that the industry proposes. So our major bottleneck is how are we developing the talents that we are seeing make global impact, whether it is through music or the fact that dance is now more or less like a conveyor of our arts, culture, music, and lifestyle. You know, most of the Afrobeat music that you're seeing right now, a dance is attached to it to create global acceptance for it. So dance has played a major role in how people consume our music. You get what I mean? So for me, infrastructure is required. We cannot continue to wait for one child out of 1 million to just blow. There is a process to success, and that process is the same way you have a structure like institutions. You have primary school, secondary school, university. What are we doing in the creative industry in developing that? That's number one. Number two, funding. Funding of ideas and supporting the businesses that are there. The bank should be more open to granting loans. And even if you do not understand the industry, that is the reason why there are certain systems that can be set up to say, look, this thing, there is money coming in, but there's money going out. How can we help it, right? Rather than just say, let's wait for one person to blow first before we now start seeing that it's viable. I went through all of that, and I'm creating structures to make it a little bit easier for more dance business owners to emerge and to be supported. I think the third thing is remuneration and understanding of value of skill. Okay, so a lot of education is required for people to know that dance is not cheap. And being a dancer is not a cheap job. You know, people have asked me a question, why we need more dance concerts? See, there's comedy shows, there's music shows, where are the dance shows? I said, do you know how much it requires to put an amazing dance production together that has the quality level that should have? It's 10 times more expensive. To shoot a dance movie is 10 times more expensive than shooting a regular movie, or even a dance concert is much expensive. People need to get it. That don't look at it then and say, I don't be just 1 minute. That 1 minute takes sometimes 2 weeks to put together. The money you are paying for the dancer is beyond that moment on stage. A 15 minutes performance can take 1 month to perfect. And Nigeria, we like fire brigade approach. If 1 month is supposed to be equal to that 5 minutes, 10-minute performance, you come to me 3 days before the show. that you want to pay cheap. No, no, no. It's expensive. An average dancer now, look at the insecurity we have in the country, where the logistic problems and all of that. You can't even take down for sometimes where you're going to because they'll get there late. They have to Uber, look at Uber prices. So how much do we pay for rehearsal fees? Some people say, hey, what's rehearsal fees? They have to come to work every day. They have to transport themselves. They have to feed and they have to go back. They have to practice 8-10 hours a day, every day. Calculate that. Then plus what it requires to costume you, to look the creative direction and all of that. So when we tell somebody that to pay a dancer 10 million, they will look at you because there's a mindset that diminishes the idea of the art in your mind. You would rather pay an artist, and this is nothing against the artist, $80,000. $100,000. They're going to bring just one DJ on stage. They don't care about giving you an experience because they're vibing off your worship of their brand. After 5-10 minutes, any artist is on stage, you are waiting for what's more. But a dance act is going to spend tons and tons of weeks trying to create an experience for you. Someone like me, I have a crew minimum of 30-40 people from the income I get from a job. Over 70% of the cost of production comes from the fee that I make. An artist sometimes will spend 10% of what they earn into their production. So it's quickly, so we're trying to educate people that it's not that easy and it's not that cheap. Yeah.
And that's part of the reasons we had to bring you up here to talk about these things, because they have been on the front burner for quite a long time, but a lot of people are not seeing this.
And thank you for this. I really appreciate the time you're devoting to help us project this out.
But looking at all you have said, enlighten us on how dance has been able to remove people off the streets.
First of all, mindset. What is the thing that drives you towards crime? What is the thing that makes you feel that you need to do something immoral or absorb some level of some vices? You are trying to escape from something, right? Maybe pressure from home. An average young person I've worked with, and I'm talking about teenagers sometimes, are pressured already to become breadwinners at a very, very early age. The lower you go down the economy, the more we have cases like that. That is the reason why we have high case of Yahoo, cyber fraud, and all those immoral things, the slave queens and the slave kings. I'm talking about from those that are doing the things with negatively on that aspect. We are reforming minds because dance gives you a sense of belonging, a sense of value. When you stand on that stage, when you are that person that being projected, that validation that you keep seeking from family, from friends, when you get on stage, you almost feel like you are accepted. So there's a psychological, mental gain from dance itself in reformation, which is one of the reasons why I feel the government is sleeping on it. How much of the bad mindset you can take off the street, dance can actually has the power to absorb that, which we have been able to do successfully. And guess what? Dance has a lot of guarantee from the way I have nurtured from business, and other business owners can testify that an average kid goes to school through our system, our education system that is already broken and needs a major overhaul, does not even guarantee the basic lowest minimum wage once you come out. You understand? Yes, you will get work, but where is the work? Do you understand? Look at statistics of unemployment. It is really, really high. But dance is offering employment rate at a high rate because we are heavy consumers of entertainment services, right? So because of that, there is demand for entertainers in different sectors of the creative industry, and we can supply that chain, and these kids cannot earn. So we are looking at the lowest basic income for a dancer between that 20,000 naira a gig, lowest. And right now, dancers are doing so well that people are earning up to 100,000 naira a gig, 60,000 naira a gig. So they are able to survive through putting them in a process that projects them out there to be hired. So it's getting better, but it should get better than this if we are here with almost no support.
So in 2006, you took your dance career to the next level. You hosted a Lagos dance party for 55 hours and let me check here, 40 minutes. And I have to say that that's why I was asking me, can I dance for 55 hours? So I want to know what spurred you. First of all, what inspired that move? Why do you say I want to break that record? Okay. And number two, what spurred you on? Because I know that you were tired at a point.
Yeah, I think the word tiredness is really relative to what the goals that you aspire. It's not about the physical strength. It's about the mental strength, you know, and because they say mind over matter. Mind will always grow over matter, and that was what it was. First of all, I wasn't one that hosted. It was hosted by Silver and Nokia. Yeah. At that time, it was Ben Bruce's idea, not mine. At that time, you know, we look at how Nigeria, through our different rulership and leadership, we've also had periods where we are sanctioned by the international community. There was a lot of negative reports about Nigeria due to who was ruling and all of that. So Ben Bruce was like, let's have some good vibes coming out of Nigeria, at least for once. What can we do? Something we should be able to do to just shake things up a little bit in a positive light. And it was like, Kaffy, can you break a record? How long can you dance for? Let's do something. Let's do something crazy. Let's do maybe a Guinness World Record or something. I was like, When? How? When? It was like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. A year later, it comes back. I've registered. So we're going to break a record. Okay, get ready. I said, just like that.
Just like that.
Sir, what's the former record? Because you are saying me to break something, I don't even know what I'm breaking. And it was like, if the former record is 52 hours or whatever, we can do it, you know. So I was like, how do we go about this? How do we even get the people to, because the breaking of the record was not about being able to dance. It was about more of your stamina, tenacity, be able to go through time. So you don't really need to be an expert dancer to be there. You just need to have that cardio, stamina, mind, ability to go. And we subjected a group of people to a marathon, which is what helped with the selection process, to rule out people that might have any cardiorespiratory situation. Because if you can run a 10-kilometer race, then you are fit, right? And that was one of the selection processes. I didn't even think I was going to be part of it. I was just helping with the organizational side of things. So it was last minute that they were like, our one group never completed, we need one person. Kaffy, that just joined that one group. And that was how I was in that group. And I think what kept pushing me was that patriotic back, you know, yes, that idea that, okay, something about Nigeria. And we started September 20, something like the 28th or 29th, into October 1st. So I was feeling so Nigerian. I was feeling very patriotic that we will break this for the country. And I also saw that it would be an opportunity to amplify my voice on the journey I'd already started, pushing this dance agenda as an opportunity for economic...
and see how far it has gone. It's actually spurred a lot of young people to move into the dance sector and make some things out of themselves. But looking at dance now, quickly before we go, we see that there's a lot of dance moves. How do we cope? How do we keep up? There's one, there's one tomorrow, another, like that.
Yes. We're just in that era. Don't forget, we're in the Gen Z era, we're in the social media content era. It's doing us good, bad, and ugly, to tell you the truth. It's doing us some disservice as much as it's promoting us. So there's a parallel line of what it's doing. The trends can really cause distractions, especially when you are a professional dancer. And also, because of the age of social media, it is also diminishing the quality of the practitioners that we are getting, because people are seeking that much validation or blowing. I want to be a social media sensation. I want to have a lot of followers and all of that. So the dance community is suffering it globally. It's not only a Nigerian thing, where a TikTok dancer has 1 million followers, but when you get that dancer into an actual production, it can't even survive 30 minutes in rehearsal, not talk of 5 minutes performance on stage. But what I see in the good side of that is there are more options now for who you want to become in the industry. Do you want to take dance seriously enough to go on stage? Then there's a pathway for that. And do you want to be a sensation where you come up with trends and people just, maybe out of the vibe of your personality? Because I see most of those trends also are sold through the personality of the people that are doing it. And people are buying people right now. People are into personalities. You can see from the comedians, from all the different kinds of content creators we have now. Personality is one of the things that is being sold. So I see it, I want to look at it from the bright side, that the bright side is there's opportunities now to be a sensation through dance, whether you are doing it as this or you are going hard at it on the production side. There's a space for you to thrive.
Lastly.
All right, at this point we'll have to go, but thank you very much. We seem not to have a lot of time. We have interviews.
But I want her to teach us a dance before she goes.
Okay.
A dance. Oh, you mustn't. Oh, yeah, something simple. Yeah, you can even do it sitting.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Okay, very simple. So you have to go 1, 2, So like you're crossing. Yes,
Okay, 1, 2.
Say no.
No,
Dance alone.
Okay.
Yes, you understand? And be merry.
Hey, the next party I'm going for is trouble.
Be merry.
Who created that dance step?
Well, in terms of that, we find out if you don't know. There are some that we know, some people we don't know.
Just come up and before you know
different ones. Even though their eyes will go like.
Let's just talk about that. All right, thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Kaffy.
Talking to us, of course. And that's our segment this morning. Coming up is sports with the sports team. Of course, they will be talking about AFCON 2023. Stay